Hi, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the Maker's Cave. And today we are going to continue with our Eaglemoss Eleanor build. Issue 13. What do you mean on a sync? Oh, that's because there's a lag on this feeding the camera. I'm not.
Then disregard me.
Let me just start over from the beginning. What a help. No, we'll just. Hi, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the Maker's Cave. And today we're going to continue with our Eaglemoss Eleanor build. This is going to be issue 13, which has kits 47, 48, 49, and 50. 47 is some unknown parts, I think suspension. 48 and 49, it's obvious, they're going to be the exhaust system. And part 50, or issue kit 50, is going to be more of the chassis. So we'll null these parts out, and we'll bring you guys closer. But before we do that, I keep forgetting to show you, we have a item they sent us, which, you know, throughout the build they send you different bonus items, which I don't know why they say them bonuses, because you got to pay for them. This is going to be the Eleanor, the Eleanor clock. It's pretty cool. It's obviously a speedometer and some oil and fuel gauges, and it tells the time, which, you know, a clock is supposed to do. All right, so we're going to take all this stuff out. We'll come back and we'll start building. Before we start with today's build, there's a simple paint mod that I want to do. A couple episodes ago, I showed you the curbside model that they sent. On the bottom, of course, they have the chrome exhaust pipes, the same as what we have in today's build. But they chromed out the gas tank, and I really like the look of that. So I think what we're going to do before we do anything, we're going to take our big model, we're going to take that gas tank off, and we're going to prime it and paint it chrome. I think I'm going to use some a brushed silver leaf. I'm going to use Tamiya's silver leaf. I'll leave a link below to it. And then we'll put it back in the model, and I think it's going to really improve the look of it. We're going to take this gas tank out. First, we want to lay down a coat of white primer. I use Tamiya's ultra fine white. That way I can keep all the details of the part. After the white primer was all dry, I went back and used Tamiya's silver leaf on a rattle can. I think that's going to give us the color we want. We're all done with the painting, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put this gas tank back in here, and we'll see how it looks. All right, as we flip the car over, and this is the bottom obviously, you can see how painting that the Tamiya silver leaf really made that gas tank stand out. It made it pop a little bit, so it's not also same color underneath. We're going to be doing the upper control arms, and one of the pieces that they included, actually were two of them, were two shafts, you know, as we've seen before. As I've explained before, you want to put the smooth end of this pin in first. You can see where the control arm slips over the bracket, and you just slip that pin right through there. And then you can use a flat blade of a screwdriver or something to drive that pin home. I'm using the edge of a pair of needle nose pliers to drive that pin the rest of the way in there. Now we're ready to put those control arms we just assembled onto the vehicle. You can see the one end of the control arm goes over that retaining pin there on the tire, and the other end just fits right in that frame and gets held in by some screws. Now, as you may have noticed, I put this tire on the rim backwards. I didn't think it would bother me, but it's starting to bother me, so I'm going to switch this tire around before we put the upper control arms on. It wouldn't be a video if I didn't break something on the model. And let me point right there. Let me zoom in here so I can get a better shot for you. So there's a small protective piece on the floor pan there, and they stick up above the tire, so when you turn the vehicle over to work on it, you kind of push and pull on that tab or that piece there, and that's exactly what I did, and it broke right off of the screws holding it in there. So I think we're going to have to go to our old friend the CA glue and just put that right back in there. We'll just line it up, put some super glue or CA glue right on that piece, hit it with some zip kicker to make it hold real fast. Another squirt of the zip kicker, and it's in. Okay, we're back. I now have the tires going in the proper direction. Off camera, it was quite a bit of a struggle getting them off the rims. It was a lot easier getting them on than it was getting them off. All right, so now we're going to go back and we're going to finish up the suspension. And what we're going to do is, you saw previously, we did these two parts here. And what they are the control arms. And they're actually going to finally keep the tires in place so they don't wobble all around. And they get held in with DSO2 screws. Okay, they get held in DSO2 screws. And I thought, okay, so let me zoom you in here so maybe you can see a little bit better here. I've got the front end propped up so it doesn't, and there comes some email. Okay, so we're going to put, this is the control arm. It's going to sit right in here, and it's going to go right on this, get my fingers that way. Just go right on that nub there. It's going to sit right in here. All right, and a DSO2 screw. And then finally this has to go over this pinion here. That gets held in with DSO4 screw. Now we're going to do the same for over here. And then the DSO4. Okay, so we're going to take this book away. Okay, so finally we have a car that's going to sustain its own weight. Be helpful if I zoomed out, wouldn't it? So this is a vehicle that finally is going to sustain its own weight with those suspension parts in there. That was pretty cool. All right, I'm happy about that. Take these away. I was using them as a lift. Okay, so that was 47. And now we're going to move on to 48, which looks like we're going to be doing some exhaust work. They want us to tip the vehicle over. Now again, these stick higher than the tires, and that's how that one broke off with me moving the car back and forth like this because they were setting on it. So I have a couple blocks right here, and that'll keep that up off the ground. So they want us to take the one exhaust piece, which are right here. This is the muffler, and this obviously is going to at one point go up towards the engine. And here's the exhaust that comes out the side. See, it's going to live right in there. These get held on with a couple PSO5 screws. The trick now is to keep this on here while we flip it. So I want to keep my finger in place there and attempt to load a screw up. Came out of the hole. You know what? Maybe this is the way to go. Going plastic on plastic so we don't need any lubricant, some rapid tap. So that held that in place. And there's another registration mark up here. I'm actually going to drop the screw in there if I can. So there's the exhaust. Now we need to do it for the other side, so I'm just going to flip the car like this. For right now, I'm going to get that other piece, the other one right here, and goes in exactly like the other way, just opposite. All right, there's the exhaust. All in. So it's shaping up nice in the undercarriage. All right, let's see what is next. That was 48, and now we're going to move on to 48, and that was at 40. Well, the one was 48, one was 49. He actually made those two different kits, believe it or not. And here's something I want to talk about. I'm going to flip the car over. We're going to be doing the front floor. Now, somebody wrote me when what I was going to do about carpeting, if I was going to make some carpeting. But believe it or not, Eaglemoss must have learned from the Back to the Future. This is actually felt covered. So there's actually carpet already on here, which is really nice. So we don't have to do any kind of mod to get carpet on here. So, I don't know, let me take a peek at the book real quick here. I'm going to see if we need the chassis or not. No, we don't. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Let's bring the carpet back. And there were some other pieces here. There are some other pieces right here. So what the pieces are required for this kit, which is 50, is obviously the front floor and some tiny little parts right here, which are pretty cool. It looks like it's obviously the gear shift, the nitrous switch, and it looks like it's a holding plate. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys and show you that. That's the nitrous switch. And the gear shift. Okay, so what they want to do is to take the front floor, put it like this, and they want us to take the nitrous switch, tiny little slot right here, and that's where the nitrous goes in at. Okay. Let me back this out a little bit so you can see. Okay, so the nitrous switch is in there. Now they want to take us to take this plate that they had. Oh, so this goes up here where the gear shift is. The little square indentation right there. So that goes in there. Again, let me see if I can zoom in to show you guys. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we did that gear shift, and we obviously just put that right in there, and that gets held in with a PS09 screw. Okay, so I'm gonna keep my finger here, turn this over, and there we go. And it looks like the nitrous switch just sits in here. I don't know if I like that or not. Well, we'll see if I lose this or not. Okay. All right. I think that is it for this issue of 13. So, as always, let's summarize. First off is we painted this gas tank right here, Silverleaf, Tamiya's Silverleaf color. That was not part of this kit, 13. I just decided I wanted to add some color, and we did that. You can see it, do it on both sides. I think it really makes everything pop under here. Then we moved on and we did some control arm work right here and right here. Okay, that held the tires on nice and straight. And then we moved on to putting the exhaust in. That was pretty simple, straightforward. And then we finished up by doing the front carpet. We put the nitrous switch in. Put the nitrous switch in, and we put in the gear shift lever. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's a tiny little knob on top of the gear shift for, I guess, to activate the nitrous. Yep. All right. So that is it for kit 13. It's really beginning to take shape now. I like it. As you can see the size of it now. There's my hand. Big model. All right, so that was issue 13. I hope this helped you enjoy with your... What the hell?
You just move your mouth and I'll say it. Okay, so that's it for episode 13. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like. If you would like to see more, so hit the subscribe. And if you want to get notifications, ring the bell. Thank you. And we hope to see you next time.
All that, my mouth never moved.